Welcome back, Salty Gamers, to the year review of the GL Leia account. We're on the 4th of June, so it's a couple of days till the exact anniversary of the account being created. And the reason for that is we have finally, on this video, completed the requirements for GL Leia. So let's just fire through some dailies. And what we're waiting on here is, we go here, journey guide, everything's complete minus Nisa. And we're looking for 14 signal data as we buy out the last electron conductors, which has been a pain. So if you're doing this farm, make sure that you keep that in mind. So let's do some refreshes on the Cantina, and hopefully we should get what we need. Perfect. Let's lock her in. And there we have it. Take her off the favourites list. Journey ready to commence. So before we go into that, I'm going to detail out my next plan as I pick up the rest of these shipments. So right now we need as much shard shop currency as we could get. Anything that's maxed out I'm spending just so we can get that ship currency. So we could get up to that 5,000. So that's what we're going to be doing in terms of currency, in terms of farming out just from the shops. We're going to be doing getting as much shard shop currency as we can to speed up this Leia unlock. So we're halfway to another 100 in the bank. Right, so just fire out these as fast as we can, and of course we don't get any of the ship that we want, and we get one. So we've got punishing one at 5 stars. Our favourites list now is a Bad Batch. It's going to be the next raid team, so we're going to start farming out them alongside grabbing the bounty hunter ships, and then on to we'll be buying out Wampa in the store. I'm going to keep this currency just now, just in case I need any last minute pieces that I've missed for Leia. Ticket farm will be as follows. To show you that, if we go here, we now get light side tickets as we farm. Do 5, got 5. Got 3. I think we've got enough energy for, not quite, we'll just fire another 50 in. And yeah, of course none of Enoch, but that's fine. So, and then basically as we progress we'll start doing all of these as well. So these all lead into what we're going to be. So this is Bounty Hunter ships, Finish with Mothma, Captain Enoch for assault battles, Mara Jade for Starkiller, Droideka for another Bounty Hunter ship that we can start picking up shards for, 8th Brother for another Bounty Hunter ship, Piet for our trooper team, and then Rooster for the Jabba run. Then we're on to Beskar Mando. So as you see, I've taken Mando and Grief over the last few weeks up to gear 12, and then we've just got IG-11 and then Queel to finish off. Cara Dune's already there, we just need to put gear on her, who will go into the Mon Mothma team, which works with our Starkiller farm for the next first part of the month, next say 3 to 4 months. Grabbing all these teams, taking the main ones, so Dash, Kyle Katarn, Mara Jade, and of course Darth Talon up to Relic 5. Ideally we want to take all these teams up to minimum gear 12 or further. The higher the better. If there are requirements for something, we'll try and take them to that level, which all are, apart from Enfys Nest and Savage. Basically everybody in this team doesn't need to go 2 relics for any reason, the Tria team and Enfys Nest, but everybody else is a requirement somewhere. And then it'll be on to Jabba for the later part of the year once we get Jedi Knight Luke unlocked. Of course, bear in mind we'll also be doing new raid team, which I think I've made a tab. New raid, yeah, here. That should add the next clone trooper in down here. So we've got them all there. So before we start this, we're going to need to make sure we've saved all of these layouts into our Rebels tab. Save R2s just in case we need to change any mods. Just in case we move anything from here. And then here. So once we get Leia unlocked, her team will vary. These 3 will always be, and then these will be interchanged depending on what content we're doing. Queel is here just to remind me to farm him when I have extra energy, and Luke's here because his mods are what I'm putting on Leia. And of course they'll need to be improved over time. So without further ado, let's get into the first battle. So we need to do this gets at 10 shards. We'll need to complete this 6 times at how many? 15 tickets each, so we should have 60, 90. We should just have enough to do the first tier, and it's all with R2. We have got the combat analysis? Yeah, combat analysis Zeta on. I think that's a more important Zeta out of them. I don't think it's required for this. So let me guess, this is the start of A New Hope. Okay, so just one phase. We've got to take out these guys. Start with burning them. Stealth up there. What does this provide? Okay, let's go for the opposite. So they made changes recently that we won't lose tickets if we drop a mission, whereas you used to have to. You used to drop tickets if you dropped a mission, but now you don't. So fail it, reset, and try again. So I think we need to get rid of these stormtroopers. There's one down. So I've not watched any gameplay on this journey. So I'm going in fresh, but if I fail consistently, I will go in research it so that we could see what's going on. Right, this one seems fairly straightforward. Pity we can't auto it. And she saves the Death Star plans, sends them out onto R2, sending out for Obi-Wan, and off he goes. And there we have it, we've got the first 10 shards of Leia. Now to do this another 5 times, which takes us up to 75 tokens, and this is 30, so we're just going to be shy. Might be able to do some refreshes to get the next battle in, so let's speed through this. So let's see if we can do this more efficient, so we'll just get a burn. Put stealth, and then this time let's just see if we get a stun on him and take more damage. And just doesn't matter what one we attack, just make sure we get burns out. Try and keep Leia under stealth. The first one's down. Got watch those exposes from the. So we don't have taunt up anymore. There we go. Let's get some foresight. Should be good with some fire. And it's the second one done. So unfortunately I can't skip through this. There's no skip button. Seen it once, you see it 7 times. So before I go into the next fight, I'm just going to show you the mods that I'm using on R2. So all abilities are actually maxed out on this, so Zeta doesn't really matter. But we're up at 249 speed. So doing potency set with a speed set to make him fast. but there's not a lot of speed rolls done on these mods. They're not really built the mods up for R2, but he's fast enough to go first. So let's just put the burner out, stealth up, and we'll go for a wee stun over here. No stun. Let's just whack down his stormtroopers with this, do special damage, and burn it, and it can't be avoided. So guaranteed damage. We'll just stun him and attack him. Stun him, there we go, and then attack, get that, get damage. Pipe, use the oil, and then stun. Nope, no stun. So of course R2 is key here, not just for the story content, but for the damage. Nope. Might have just saved. Get the foresight up and get stunned. Heal. Get stunned. No stun. So RNG was almost not in our favour with that one. Help me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope. So it seized up there just because I switched to make sure the recording was still going on. So it sometimes slows the full screen. So we've got 30 shards, 300 to go. So you think the journey for the Galactic Legend is long? The tickets could be just as long. Thankfully they added that 100 for in the Shard Shop, Currency Shop. Right, so we're just gonna let's see if I can get a stun off. Nope, no stun. So if you're doing this, the burning is definitely key. Have at least some potency to land. You want to be landing the stuns. A wee bit more potency wouldn't hurt with R2. And we've lost R2, and if you lose R2, then we have to restart. So let's see here. 71 tickets still, that's fine. So back in the day when we done my GL Leia account, that would have been a lost battle. So best thing to do first is open the move, put the burn out, then put the foresight out with stealth, and then go ham on any stormtrooper. If you stun one, just fire the damage on the next. Try and get them stunned. The more stuns out you get, the less stormtroopers you get attacking. He's going to take a turn, can't do anything, so just foresight. Burn. See, exposes are killing me. get a slight heal with R2's burn as well, which helps. Bear in mind we can't lose R2. Make sure you've got that foresight up, especially if the officer's going to take a turn. Take a heal. Get a stun. Perfect. That's what we want. So just realised my camera is taking over the text, so let's just raise that up a bit. And that should help. So back up a bit to the game. So now you should see all the text. So we're on, how many is that now? 4. We could do this 6 times, 2 more. So let's go burn first. Nice. Stealth. Foresight. Plus advantage to get the crit. Now he's going to go first, but it doesn't really matter. Sometimes the foresight's just a wee bit better than taking the shock. So I'm going for this stormtrooper over here because when this one takes his turn, he's dead. Burn, drop the stun. So this deals more damage as well if they're burning. So that's something to bear in mind. Get that burn out early. One or two here, our only hope. Right, 50 out of 60 for this phase. So this gives us 15. Yeah, we're going to need to farm out some more tickets. So burn out first. So what's happening here? It started at 10%. So he's providing a lot of critical chance. Still got the critical damage up. Get the foresight. So here we want to hit the ones that's got burn. That foresight and advantage, and just plug away. that was a lot of hits there. We want that crit chance so I can get damage up. No burn. But we get the stun. And a double hit for R2 to finish that phase off. First node complete, 60 shards done. Right, now it is Leia and Captain Han. Now I'm not taking any Zetas, however I did see a video of Arnold's that says that the traditional mods for these guys aren't what you use. You want a lot of speed and potency, so that's what I've went for. Where's my ticket farm? We'll go here. Get one ticket there. We need at least 30. So we've done all these guys. So we come on to Mara Jade. We get 4 tickets. That gives us enough. Do we have enough for any more? No. Back to Journey. And then we can begin this battle. So we've got Rolo, Captain Han and C-3PO. Right, so we want to just basic, I believe. So that's our heal. And that's our revive. So we want to land the explosives, that's what I believe is happening here. You get the explosives from the basic. I think Han's landing more exposed than anything else. What is that? Perfect. Oh, Han's gone. That may be a bogey. Okay. Not good. Try that again. Right, so we want just any. Because I had explosives on all of them, that's why I done the AoE. Double expose. Is there anything here that's just based on those? That's no good. Okay, so I'm gonna have to change the mods up a bit. So let's did I save those mods? Cup in hand. Right, let's see here. So what we go filter, speed, and is it potency? Yeah. Sort by speed. So we've got. Right, that's better anyways. We'll sign that. Let's try that. cutscene, no doubt. So he's slightly faster, let's see. If I... Right, he's 274.
How dare you?
Right, let's try that. I don't think we need any Zetas for this. Might just be RNG.
My God.
Seems a bit better. Right, there we go.
How dare
It's
you.
down. We need to get those explosives on point. And I think we stay away from Vader and we try and get nope. Right, give me a second, I'm gonna check something here. Right, okay, so they're saying Captain Hans Zeta helps. So let's try it with Captain Hans Zeta. Let's just see if I have... I'm not changing it. Let's just fire that one. Let's see if that makes a difference. Seems better. So, Reddit was also saying Blitz down Vader. Nice. You want that ability below on.
Very well.
Perfect. So, land ability block. And then just try and get down troopers.
How dare you?
So Hans Zeta's definitely helping, so that's recommended. I'll go through it at the end. My thoughts on that. Just that,
My good.
we'll just like that, and then we'll get some health.
Very well.
And then that, and then that, and then that. Right, so we got there in the end. Thankfully, not dropping tickets really help. So you have to do that phase, I think four or 5 times. Let's see, 3 times. So I need to do it twice more, and that's us done. And then we're on to the full shebang. Apparently these ones are fairly straightforward. No other Zetas are mandatory according to Reddit. So just to go back over, I put health and speed, but mainly health just to get a bit more healing, and they're my faster mods. I've got Hans sitting at 287, his potency's at 91%, and his health 62,000. Leia is a speed potency set, 2 abilities maxed out, everything else just 1 from the top, and she's sitting at 292 speed, and her potency is at 95%, her crit chance is 77%, and her crit damage is 157%. Yeah, so not exactly massive damage, but you're wanting the potencies landing, so mainly using basics. and using this if you're down to a couple left. Phase 1, just smack them, basics only. Phase 2, which is the Vader phase, nuke Vader, try and land, use their barrage. This enemy struck more than once, suffer an ability block, so hope for RNG that Vader gets hit twice at least, gets the ability block, and that saves you getting that debuff on them. And that's basically how you fire that through. You do that 3 times, and then we'll see what the next phase is. So what I'll do is I'll make a video and recap once I complete it all and get through everything. I'll make a video and I'll recap all of the phases to what you need. So we do this 3 times, we do this twice, and we do this twice, and then we unlock Leia, get her up to relics, and then we do this to get her ultimate 6 times. This ticket's 60, so it's 120 for this, 120 for this, I think, roughly, maybe 65, and then this is 30, so it's 90. So lots of tickets, but the more shard shop currency that we get this 100, and we should get it within the next week. And then once we get that, we'll also be able to grab our ultimate a couple of weeks later. Just farm this out. So we've made it. We made it on task, on time, 2 days ahead of schedule. We done all the requirements. Now the actual unlock will take a wee bit longer. We had a small delay in regards to doing assault battles and the guild being lower, etc. A more efficient guild, or the guild as I've got it right now, or better, higher, you're getting more rewards, would certainly speed things up. We took some side tracks and getting like Peridia Patrol up, you know, grabbing more, building teams rather than just doing the characters. If you go straight and do the characters, your roster will be very bare, but it'd be a lot faster to do. Changes I'd make on the initial farm would be possibly grab more assault battle teams. If you're not rushing it, grab some of these assault battle. Definitely like gear 12 for General Veers. No, but great. Padawan, Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon, really easy to farm up. Wampa, grab maybe sooner. Bounty Hunter ships definitely farm a lot faster, as well as your dark side ships. Maybe focus on them a wee bit more than your rebel ones. Might get you further. Not that they're needed, but it helps make use of Captain Han's, the Han Solo's ship. That's what I would have maybe done different. I've done a lot of side farms that really wasn't needed. I'm making use of like Akbar fleet, so that's not too bad. The count is in quite a good place. We should breach 2 million once we get GL Leia. Let's just, where is she? Favourite earner. I could have taken a lot more things if we just look at the teams we've built here. So we've got our core CLS team, we've got Mofgideon troopers which will disappear. They've served their purpose. They'll get replaced with our Enoch troopers as such, and then this team will become our Veers troopers. Phoenix, with the introduction to Captain Rex, can't go wrong. I could take Chopper up to gear 12. I will be taking him further. Hera needs to go to R5 anyway. Sabine does well on the Mandalorian team, which we've got Bo-Katan and Mandalore on the path. So worthwhile taking them up, and they get great holds and they can counter a few things. Bounty Hunters, always good. Get good resources, credits, training droids. Pardon me. Mando takes out some teams to even just two-shot like Padme teams after managing to get Mando to take them out. Can do with some more Zetas on this team, but it's okay. Grabs you with low gear. I mean, I think it was a gear 7 or gear 8 Mando managed to get 7-star Chewie. Really easy farms. Bosk is needed for your bounty hunter ships anyway. Admiral Raddus isn't needed. You don't need to grab these at all. Only grab them if you're going for the rebel ships. Same with Mon Mothma Rebels. I mean, Captain Drogon works in the team, but you could also just as well go with CLS or just hang off. So if you want to limit down the farms, but we need teams for offense and defense anyway, and they've worked. They do the job. High banner teams. Raddus not so much now. I've got him on defense with his Omicron in 5v5, but that's because he's low gear. He's gear 9. But he'll get finished out eventually. And then Ewoks, they're just getting hold every time, especially 3v3 with the 3 relic Ewoks. I'll take the whole team up to relic, I think, just to give me that other team. And then introduction of Peridia Patrol. Good team to have. Gets holes, especially 3v3. Scout Trooper works out nicely there. Death Trooper provides some utility with his Terminate, providing Death Mark, and of course their Assault Battle as well. And you can chuck Death Trooper in with other Imperial Trooper teams as well as Scout Trooper as well. So that's decent. Jedi Knight Luke. Wampa would have worked better if we had managed to get him up and running or her up and running for GC, but that's it. The ticket farm is what it is. Same with Beskar Mando, that's all not needed. But the pros of all the farms is if we look at beyond GL Leia. Now, I'd never recommend rushing to a Galactic Legend as such when you're starting an account, but if you're going to go for any Galactic Legend, hopefully Leia will be one of the. She looks to be the easiest. You don't have any extra journeys apart from your CLS journeys to do to get her, and only one Relic 8. C's easiest, but he's not got as much utility, so hopefully once I get Leia, she gets loads of proving grounds going, she gets conquest going, etc., and we should be able to build a lot more in the account, which has opened us up to, we're gear 12. We've got the Cairo techs away for Kyle-Katarn, and for this team we have this team to build up, Dash Rendar to build up, and then Darth Talon, and we've got Starkiller for Jabba. We're close enough. We've got Bouch Leia there, we've got some Jawas, we've got some Hut Cartel, but we've already built Boba up for grabbing the Hut Cartel Bounty Hunters for getting Chewie. Aura Singh, we decided to go with Aura Singh lead, so that leads us into Jabba. Tuskens we could have picked up early. I would recommend grabbing them, getting them to R5, and definitely get up to challenge tier 1, maybe challenge tier 2 of the assault battle. Dash Rendar, don't sleep on either if you're following this account. Maybe do him slightly early, along with some like Han and Chewie and some other scoundrels. Hondo gets massive holds on one of my other accounts, and that's just helps you get mods with between Dash Rendar, Peridia Patrol and the Poncho Bros, you just get so much slicing materials that you don't even need to worry about them. You just farm what you want to farm in WODs, which really help boost your account, and you get Jabba, and that just goes tenfold. Dr. Afra, that's what's going to be a nice to have. We were going for Sanasaros anyway. That's our basic team. Will it do work? Might be a clean-up team, might be just a team to be chucked on defense and territory war. Hondo's going to be going on that Scoundrel Dash team, possibly a pirate team later in the line, and then the droids go with Dr. Afra. So I mean, she'll be a nice to have. Balin, he's just new, but because we're grabbing this team, that will pick him up, and then Shinhati, Marek, they go with him, and then we're going for the Great Mothers for that assault battle. The Phoenix assault battle, I'm going to try and see what we get there with them. Plus just another, I think it's Great Mothers is quite a solid team anyway, and I could either chuck them as themselves, or I could use the 3 Night Peridia Patrol, sorry, the 2 Peridia Patrol Night Sisters to fire on their team for the assault battle as well, so we don't need to take all of them to Relic. Cal Kestis, he's good to have, especially if you're grabbing the Jedi team, and even Jedi Knight Luke. Saw Gerrera mops up these other remaining rebel fighters. Baze and Chirrut are really the key cornerstones of this team, and I'll just throw in Wedge and Biggs because we're going to take them up for the fleet anyway, but Wedge is needed for Jedi Knight Luke. The Seer team with Cal Kestis, absolutely phenomenal with the 2 Omicrons, Cal Kestis and the Fulcrum for Territory Wars. And they can do some work even at gear 12 with the other Kylo on GEC, deleting some teams even at Relics, but Ahsoka might, switch in and out depending on what we need. So my plan there is, if I'm using say GL Leia with Fulcrum on defense, then I'll have OG Kylo in this team when I get round to building it, and that's how I'll think out this. The reason Jedi Training Rey's there is that when we finally go for Jedi Master Luke, she's going to be needed, so be as well picking her up. Wookiees, not entirely sure what to do here, so I've thrown Vandor Chewie in, but could just have it as a 4, or could throw in somebody else, another Wookiee, or even just another Scoundrel. It could be a good place to throw Hondo if you've not got any other uses for him. Then Jedi Master Luke, you've got your standard sort of First Order. General Hux is now in the Galactic War store, so I have opted to use him. He'll probably go lead, but realistically you only need him at gear 8 or 9 to fire through that event. Same with these ones, to get Jedi Training Race, very easy. And then it's just Relic Obi-Wan, which won't take long, Relic Leia, Relic Biggs, Relic Wedge, and before we know it we've got Jedi Master Luke. Then we've got Bo-Katan Mandalore. We're picking the Mandalorian up anyway, Beskar Mando. So we might do a side farm, after Jabba. This isn't necessarily the order, but Bo-Katan Mandalore we might go and grab. The new Temple Guard that came out yesterday, he looks quite promising in a Qui-Gon Omi team that just uses Jedi Vanguards. So I might experiment that, where we just switch the leader out depending on Territory War or GEC, and then just the new raid, that new Bad Batch team should do some work, and then potentially further down the line we'll do Grand Moff with Dark Troopers, Dark Clone Troopers. But the most important things, these are the assault battles that if you're following this sort of account, this is sort of your mini farming guide part, is you want to focus on grabbing as much of these teams as possible. So we want our Empire team, sorry, our Sith team. This should do work at R3. It does work under. I think I've got R3 Darth Vader and Palpatine, R5 Darth Talon, and Gear 12 Traya and Darth Nihilus. Need a challenge tier 1, no bother. On their assault battle, this team should absolutely cakewalk challenge tier 1 at least, possibly even challenge tier 2 of the Jedi one. But you should be able to also, if you invest in your Ewoks, they should can do some work as well. And then Veer's Trooper is a tried and tested team. Now the reason I've opted for this loadout instead of range just saves a farm. It just means that we just need to get Pia up, put some Kairos on these teams, and then this is the main one, damage, and we should be able to, if we gear 12 them, which Gideon's not far off, and then some Kairos here and some Kairos on Piet. Piet Zeta's needed, Veer Zeta's nice to have, probably needed, and then we could just fire on this, smash through their assault battle. The Empire assault battle could be done with the Gar Saxon Imperial Commando as well. So we'll take out Gideon and Dark Trooper and fire on them. This team is what I think will opt for that assault battle. Merrin is in fleet battles, so that's not difficult to get. And Shield goes to gear 12 anyway, so we'll take them sort of 7 stars, and then we'll take them to before Kairos, and then we'll take them to gear 12. And then Tuskens, as stated. If you could do all them, you're getting a nice volume of Kyrotechs coming in. Some Peridia Patrol, some Padawan Obi and Master Qui-Gon for Duel of the Fates. That should grab you and net you some nice Kyrotechs, some nice mod materials, signal data, and gear 12 finishers. So really, these are the ones that I would focus on. Everything else, just leave. So that's basically the account and the plan going forward. Next video I will upload once I have completed Leia, so it might come out sooner than a month. I will do a separate video for Leia, just going through each tier. I'll in the video I'll show the mods that I'm using, the turn order, what I'm attacking, how I'm doing it, over and above this little action piece today. Same with the ultimate, and then from there it will go back to your monthly uploads for the progress. And as we get up GAC and it becomes more, I may start adding GAC into it as well. We're in territory war just now, but we were lackadaisical on our defense, so we've not got it maxed out as we usually do, so it's going to be an uphill battle. In terms of our guild, we're sitting, let's just have a look if we've got it. So we've got a couple of inactives, so if anybody is needing a guild, hit us up. And you're more than welcome to join. We'll get rid of some of the inactives. Here's the guild. We're 187. We get 7 stars, or last one we got 7 stars on Geonosis light side, and our recent Geonosis territory battle that just completed yesterday or Monday, we got 13 stars, which is an all-out overall win. And then we've had 2 defeats in the last territory wars, and that's mainly when we've not put as high defense down as we'd like, and we're now hitting the 3rd crate on Naboo raid. So guild's moving up, everybody's increasing their rosters, which is helping. We have hit Fleet Arena rank 50 a couple of times, which helps, so that helps the crystals. So yeah, pushing on up there. Next video, GL Leia. Thanks for sticking with me for this year, and remember, stay salty.